Greetings! I'm Rodger Newbold, and I'm host for the Experience Photography's video number 80. Mr. Matt Rich, my great friend and our highly acclaimed photographer from the balmy land of St. George, Utah, is our editor today. And he is chief episode corrector in everything I do wrong. My friend, we need to know what secrets are becoming better. We need to know today. What do you say?
Here's the secret, Rodger. Not.
Well, a couple of episodes ago, we suggested that the camera was simply, a tool for doing our bidding. It is, in fact, the intermediate link between the eyes and the hands. It is necessary apparatus in our creative process to retain the valued memory until we can fully utilize it. Now, we exploit the retained memory, and that is the art of the situation. The photographic process is what we have chosen to render our memories into a visible performance. Thus, our concern should be less about the equipment that we use rather than our feelings and our techniques, and mostly our intentions that we desire to express. Now, unfortunately, many become enamored with the gizmo itself. The tool received more attention rather than for its use as a documentary recording of happy snaps or expressive desires. The absolute wonders of the precision embedded in the mechanics of a Leica, that could seduce anyone with a penchant for quality. And anybody who loves exactness. Now, the electronic marvels, such as the wizardry found in the Nikon Z9, that could intrigue half the graduating class of computer techies in the nation. They all look like it. They all look like splendid toys for the in crowd. Now, some others became transfixed with the heroes of the process and the imagined lifestyle that they led. Dozens dreamed of hopscotching around the globe, footloose and fancy-free, living the sweet life shown in the movies. Oh, bold, brash, sexy people full of confidence and as cool as McQueen. An idyllic life full of fun. But what about those 10,000 mosquitoes in the swamp? Oh man, nobody really thought about how to deal with that. There was even a time when Clint Eastwood represented the glamorous triumphs of an imaginary National Geographic photographer. He was the wild, free-roaming, handsome, romancing photographer with no apparent responsibility other than to carry enough film to feed those Nikons. That movie did more to sell cameras than any other advertising for the whole year. We sense many people watched that movie and they boarded a plane to fly to Fantasyland after seeing it. Oh, that was powerful. Now, if we can get past hero worship and toy envy, the stages, then we can really get down to business. We now realize that photography can become whatever you decide it should be for your life. It can play a short interlude with pizzazz, it can become a serious hobby or something even greater. While much of photography is practiced around capturing a single moment that will never be repeated, its importance can only be fully grasped within your own personal intent. Now, Albert Watson, that great photographic cyclops, said photography is sort of like driving. It can take you a lot of places, but do you get to where it matters? That's the important part. Photojournalists, they're not supposed to have any opinion. They shoot, they gather factual information. Commercial photographers, they shoot to please a client without any real bias of their own. And wedding and event photographers, they're only employed to collect bursts of happy moments. They don't really have an opinion in most of this. But what do you want in your photography? What do you want it to become for you? That's the important question. What characteristics should a photographer possess? We believe one of these is an opinion. Now, that seems to be quite important. We look at photographs to see what the maker thought about the chosen subject matter. Was it beauty that was beheld? Was it a new scientific discovery? A breakthrough in social change? Who knows? Let's take a peek at Kathy. She's voicing an opinion. It doesn't matter to us what is being looked at. What matters is what is being seen and how it's experienced through that comprehension. What importance did they reveal to the viewers? How authentic did it feel? Was it real or was it simply AI generated? If the picture is poorly done in terms of seeing technique or production, why should we care or waste our time viewing the picture? Next, if you do have an opinion, you may seek to cultivate new attributes to express with passion, even if the reason that the photo was taken was under different pretenses than how it was eventually used. Put your heart into it. Let the zeal burst forth. Come on, get famous. Now, if you encompass these two attributes that we've just mentioned, you can take your photography to an extended new level. A devout and devoted photographer may become one who genuinely becomes an image selector or visual searcher, the one who begins to see things for more than what they essentially are. Let's take, for example, two pictures here. First one by Keith Carter, and the second one by Michael Kenna. When you become a photographer who begins to extract that particular view from the common or undifferentiated, these people see extraordinary points of view over the banal. With dedication and practice, you may develop an intensification of perception, a true awakening of awareness and sensitivity, of observation, and then the resulting, you have escalated at least 3 steps in becoming better than ever. Your images portray a well-selected and uncommon point of view filled with passion and firm opinion and experience. If you make that leap, the true, genuine effort, and accomplish those phases, you may encounter a few features that stand out in a well-assembled photograph. The following are some aspects of creative vision that can easily be learned and utilized in making images in the manner of your new discernment. Now, depending upon your emotional responsiveness, your cultural socialization, and your ability to manipulate your camera equipment, you may appreciate this status that luck plays in the extension of photography. Come on, luck is not dependable nor repeatable in crafting photographs. Capturing lightning in a bottle, it rarely happens, but there are the slimmest of chances available. Generally, it's better to do some research, do some planning, do some scouting of the environment. Put yourself in the proper place for the events that are to happen. For instance, A, you find that patterns repeat. People trod the same regular paths day in and day out. B, similar things happen in similar places. Choose an environment that piques your curiosity and just plop yourself there and see what transpires. You'll realize that luck was way overestimated. Let's examine Henri Cartier-Bresson's image of the cycle rider. He knew where to be and to observe this decisive moment. First, get in that place of greatest possibilities, get your exposure set, and then stand by for glory to happen. Look at Bresson. He was forecasting. It wasn't luck. If you study the environment, you'll witness the same pattern form in the same place with great regularity. It's a pattern of the universe. Comparable events occur at comparable circumstances. Once you start seeing and acknowledging the place of greatest possibilities, it's hard to keep from believing that luck prevails. This aspect of creative vision is more about observation, more about planning, and more about becoming visually informed. So be there, be square. Number 2, the second creative aspect is to embrace that is a better way to make photographs that is, simple to read immediately. Don't get the fish tangled up in the kelp. It becomes difficult to unravel your hook. It's a wise old suggestion to tell a story in one frame. Include what is necessary and omit all of the uncertainties. Capture the essence of surprise, like in this picture of the triplets. Or scrutinize the situation for a single item of a person who makes the story complete, as in this spiral staircase by Rocky Schenk. It's not us making things up. Our brains remember better the targets that they can process quickly and decisively. This idea of instant readability is tied to the fact that an image contains either a clear subject or a very strong compositionally item, and it does not contain elements competing or other things seeking our attention. Man, that's important. Last week, Thursday, in our photo group, Dan Hendrickson reminded me that in finishing an image or printing it, it should be very sympathetic endeavor. Keep this visual statement that you just made and its inherent feeling mutually collaborative. Use your best efforts to be sensitive so that your intention is not trampled over. Keep the assembly in the same tense, so to speak. If your statement is to take flight, it's advisable to keep it featherweight, light, airy. If your visual statement is bold and it's courageous and valiant, then make it feel dramatic. Make it important. Make it impressive. Third, you can also secure the essential creative simplification in the image by exhibiting or evoking a strong emotional response. Something sincerely notable in the broader, conversation of life. Something that is a spark, the important segment, the flame of recognition. Be intuitive and capture the moment or event that really moves you in a particular instant. For illustration, take this emotional shot by Robert Frank. This was in his book, The Americans, which reveals the emotionally hot story of New Orleans in the segregated times. Now, you notice first men, then women, then children, and then the others. This was very an emotional ride when he captured this. Now, another fine, notable example of emotion is known as The Migrant Mother. This is by Dorothea Lange. This specific image was a 6th or 7th frame shot in the series of Florence Owens Thompson and her children. Dorothea Lange dedicated the session, and she directed it by positioning the children and their bodies to direct the gaze and direct the coaching of the bodies and everything, so it came out to show the emotions of the mother. Lange used her acute sense of timing in each frame to strike a crucial emotional chord. You will eventually know when that quintessential image is conquered, because it will just stand out. You'll feel it. It'll be the test of time. Now, as we conclude today, strive to overcome camera envy. Use what you have and use the medium to your advantage. Remember, most of the memorable photographs viewed were taken with much older equipment than you're currently using. Downplay hero worship. I was once scolded in class. Stop trying to turn me into Ansel Adams. That's not who I want to be. Whew. Wow, did I learn. Anyway, Ansel was already taken, and there are 1,000 other wannabes that would like to take his place. So do yourself a big favor. Just become the most dynamic you that you can be. Become the kind of photographer who is not afraid of change, not afraid to develop and succeed in many capacities. So just remember, circumvent luck by planning and finding the place of great possibilities. Compose simply so that your intentions are crystal clear. Make images that are easy to read. When finishing your images and printing them, try to be sensitive to the intention and not trample over the subject matter. Keep things sympathetic. 3, strike an emotional frame. Original feelings are very valuable. Have passion. Well, friends, our time has elapsed for today. So thanks for listening and hanging in there with us, especially as we get into these hectic life as it proceeds to unfold, summer vacations, holidays, everything that's going on. We appreciate your time to watch this. Subscribe. Ring that bell. Hey, give us a giant thumbs up. And leave us a comment. Let us know your thoughts. Let us know your desires, what you need help with. We always try to offer a group of, suggestions that will help you extend your creative choices. We hope that you find success in all of your accomplishments. In parting, I hope you'll remember this quote from Lisa Magnum. I want pictures like these, the kind that can capture a moment, that make it real and make it last. I need pictures that do more than reflect. I need pictures that are truth. Matt and I salute you. We thank you for watching. Thanks for building our channel and tuning in and watching. So until next time that we meet here again on screen, a fond cheerio to you.